Tola had always been the girl who smiled the brightest in the room. On the radio, her laughter filled the air, and people in Lagos said, "That voice makes my day." On Instagram, her photos were perfect, her hair, her smile, her clothes. She was loved, admired, even envied. But in her heart, Tola had one dream. She wanted to be a wife. She wanted to be called Madam, to be introduced as Mrs. at weddings and church gatherings. Welcome to AfriTaleBeta. Subscribe now for more stories. The end of this story will shock you. Remember to leave your comment. For years, Tola had been dating Michael, the gym trainer who seemed to have no hurry. Michael was not the most handsome man in Lagos. His smile was crooked. His eyes were sometimes tired. He had the quiet pride of someone who spent more time lifting weights than lifting responsibilities. But to Tola, he was her person. She had invested her youth in him. She told her friends, "He is the one." Yet Michael never proposed. 1 year became 2. 2 years became 5. Soon, it was almost a decade. And each time she asked, he gave the same answer. "Let's take it slow. The time is not right." Tola's heart ached. She watched her friends get married, post their rings, raise their children. And she waited, always waiting. Chapter 2, The Ambush. One night, Tola decided she had waited long enough. She planned a dinner at a fancy restaurant in Victoria Island. She invited friends, bloggers, even a saxophonist to play love songs. Michael thought it was just a simple date. But when dessert came, Tola stood up, smiling so wide her cheeks hurt. She held a small ring in her hand. Then, before Michael could blink, she went down on her knees. "Michael," she said loudly, "will you marry me?" The room went quiet. Then it burst into cheers. People clapped, cameras flashed, phones recorded. Michael froze, eyes wide like a goat caught on Lagos Expressway. He looked around. How could he say no in front of everyone? Slowly, awkwardly, he nodded. Yes. The crowd screamed. The saxophonist blew his horn. Tola's friends hugged her. And by morning, blogs were carrying the headline. Finally, Tola engaged to longtime boyfriend Michael. Tola smiled through her tears that night. She had gotten what she wanted, or so she thought. Chapter 3, The Wedding. The wedding was a festival. Asoebis shined like diamonds. Guests ate jollof rice and small chops until their stomachs begged for mercy. The hall glittered. The DJ shouted. The hashtag #TolaWedsMichael trended across Nigeria. Tola danced like a woman who had conquered the world. She looked into Michael's eyes, hoping to see joy. But Michael's smile was stiff-forced, the smile of a man who had signed a contract he never wanted. Still, Tola ignored the doubts. She told herself, "He is mine now. Nothing else matters." But in the shadows, another woman's name was whispered. Amara. Chapter 4, Amara. Amara had known Michael for years. She was not glamorous like Tola. She didn't post pictures every day or dress in designer clothes. But she had been Michael's quiet refuge. When Tola was busy chasing lights and fame, Michael went to Amara for comfort. And now, Amara carried his child. At the wedding, some aunties sipped Zobo and whispered, "That Amara, she is still in the picture. I hear she is pregnant. Tola may have the ring, but another woman already has his blood." The whispers grew louder with each passing month, until finally, the truth could no longer be hidden. Chapter 5, The Baby. Amara gave birth to a baby boy. The resemblance to Michael was undeniable. The blogs exploded. Scandal. Michael welcomes baby with another woman. Months after wedding. The news spread like wildfire. Instagram mocked. Twitter laughed. WhatsApp groups buzzed with gossip. Tola's heart broke. The man she had fought so hard for, the man she had ambushed into marriage, had betrayed her in the worst way. She cried until her eyes swelled. She asked herself again and again, why wasn't I enough? Why didn't he choose me fully? But life in Lagos does not give you time to hide. The world watched her pain. Chapter 6, The Rise. Tola had two choices: to disappear in shame or to stand tall in her brokenness. She chose the second. She took her tears and turned them into strength. She wrote a book about her heartbreak. She spoke at events telling women, "You can survive betrayal. You can shine again." She launched podcasts, created videos, and became a symbol of resilience. Her pain became her power. Her suffering became her story. And people loved her more than ever. Michael, on the other hand, went back to his gym, posting half-hearted motivational quotes like, "Real men lift challenges." But the world laughed at him. His name became a joke. And Amara? She raised her child quietly, sometimes posting simple captions like, "Some women have weddings. Some women have legacy." Chapter 7, My People. In time, Tola's heart healed. She learned that marriage is not proof of love, that forcing someone to the altar cannot force them to stay. She learned that her worth was not tied to Michael, or to any man. And though her story had been messy, public, and painful, it also gave her wings. She became stronger than ever. The city never forgot the scandal. But when they spoke of Tola, they spoke of a woman who turned shame into strength. My people, weddings last for one day. Scandals last forever. But strength, when found, lasts a lifetime. Do you agree with this? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe now for more stories on AfriTaleBeta.